Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Tuesday, March 17th. Coming up on Cullman Today, the Cullman County Sheriff's Office is warning businesses to watch for counterfeit bills being passed in the area. Plus, Dodge City leaders reviewed finances, park improvements, and plans for Dodge City Day at their latest meeting. And a summer twilight run in Cullman will honor Christina Chambers while supporting her son and local charities. All this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. The Cullman County Sheriff's Office is warning residents and local businesses about counterfeit bills being passed at several businesses across the county. Investigators say most of the fake bills reported so far have been $100 bills, but other denominations have also turned up. Deputies say the bills may look real at first glance, but closer inspection shows markings that identify them as fake. Officials say many of the bills included phrases like, "for motion picture purposes," "in prop we trust," or other wording that marks them as novelty or prop money. The Sheriff's Office is urging businesses and the public to carefully check large bills before accepting them and stay alert for suspicious currency. Anyone who encounters suspected counterfeit money is asked to contact the Cullman County Sheriff's Office at 256-734-0342. The Dodge City Town Council covered finances, park improvements, and upcoming events during its March 12th meeting, then heard from a candidate for Cullman County Sheriff after adjournment. Council members approved meeting minutes and the town's latest financial reports. The February report showed the general account ending the month with a balance of close to $437,000 after nearly $63,000 in income and about $23,700 in expenses. Other town accounts included about $29,000 in the pass-through road fund and more than $84,000 in the HB2 gas and diesel fund. Certificates of deposit totaled just over $1 million. Council members also reported that work has been completed on a pipe installation aimed at improving the road and hill leading into the town park. Leaders agreed to hold this year's Dodge City Day at the park, with a tentative date of June 6th. The council also reviewed information about a possible Alabama RC&D grant and discussed a proclamation for Child Abuse Prevention Month in April. After the meeting, Sheriff candidate Tim Creel spoke about his campaign priorities ahead of the May 19th Republican primary. A twilight run planned for Cullman this summer will honor the life and legacy of former sports journalist and Cullman native Christina Chambers while supporting her young son and other local causes. The Christina Chambers Twilight 5K is set for Friday, August 7th at 8 p.m. at Cotton Creek. Organizers say the event will bring together runners, walkers, and community members for an evening that celebrates Chambers' love of running and the impact she had on those around her. Chambers, a 2006 Cullman High School graduate and former WBRC sports reporter, died in December of 2025 in Hoover at age 38. Organizers described the race as both a tribute and a celebration, reflecting the determination, energy, and spirit that defined her life. The event will feature a fast course, music, and strong community support throughout the evening. All net proceeds will benefit Chambers' son, Constantine, along with local charities selected in her honor. Chambers' parents, who operate Chambers Farm and Garden Supply, are partnering with Cotton Creek on the event. Registration is now open at ChristinaChambersS5K.com. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up, it's a busy week for Wallace State athletics, with the Lions competing across softball, baseball, tennis, soccer, and golf. Sports is next.
It all starts with who you are. You know, I always tell our players, who you are is more important than what you do. how high you jump, how fast you run, because who you are is your character. And your character is an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities on a day-to-day basis, because those three things determine the choices you make. And the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done.
Welcome back. Wallace State Athletics has a busy stretch ahead this week with softball, baseball, tennis, soccer, and women's golf all in action. Thursday's your chance to catch the Lions softball team as they host Shelton State on Pete Harris Field for a doubleheader at 2 p.m., while the baseball team travels to Tuscaloosa for its own doubleheader against Shelton State, also starting at 2. Saturday brings another full slate. Softball will be back on the road at Shelton State for a 1 p.m. doubleheader, while baseball invites you to campus as they host Shelton State at 1 at James Bailey Stadium. The Lions men's and women's tennis teams will also travel to Jasper to take on Bevel State at 1 p.m. Then on Sunday, men's soccer heads to Georgia for a 2:30 match at Dalton State College, while the women's golf team opens play at Calhoun in Decatur for a tournament that runs through March 24th. It'll be a packed week for Wallace State as several Lion teams continue conference play and spring competition. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, a Cullman Gallery event will spotlight children's artwork from Uganda while helping support education and community programs. Plus, the Hanceville Irish Festival drew its biggest crowd yet to downtown Hanceville. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. An upcoming event in Cullman will showcase artwork created by children in Africa while raising support for education and community programs overseas. The Gallery of Hope, hosted by the 1:30 Network, is set for Thursday, March 19th at 6:30 p.m. at Cotton Creek Warehouse on 3rd Avenue Southwest in Cullman. The gallery-style event will feature artwork made by children involved in 1:30 supported programs in Uganda. Organizers say guests will have the chance to view and purchase the artwork while learning more about the nonprofit's work to support education, youth opportunities, and other community needs. Proceeds from the event will help fund those ongoing programs. Organizers say the evening is meant to highlight the children's creativity while also giving Cullman residents a better look at the impact of the organization's mission. More information is available at 130.org. As spring breaks begin across the state, travelers are being reminded to put safety first as families and students head to beaches and other popular destinations. Officials say drivers should expect heavier traffic, especially around larger cities like Hanceville, Birmingham, and Montgomery, and allow extra time to reach their destinations. They also urge drivers to stay alert for congestion and distracted motorists. Students traveling without parents are encouraged to stay with trusted friends, avoid going alone to unfamiliar places, and share their location with family. In social settings, officials say it is important to make smart decisions, avoid dangerous situations, and never drive under the influence. Travelers are also being reminded to follow local laws, including rules on alcohol in beach communities, and to respect the places they visit by cleaning up after themselves and being courteous to residents and businesses. Families with children should take extra care in crowded areas and keep kids close at all times. More than 130 high school students from 35 schools across Alabama came to Wallace State Community College on Friday, March 13th, for a statewide welding competition focused on skill, training, and career opportunities. The event, launched in 2023, gives students a chance to test their abilities, visit Wallace State's welding program, and connect with employers in the field. Judges from Birmingham's local 91 UA Pipe Welding Union scored competitors using American Welding Society standards. This year, the Wallace State Future Foundation also awarded scholarships for the first time to the top 3 advanced division finishers, with a total of $4,250 on the line. 10 companies set up booths during the event to talk with students about jobs in the welding industry. Wallace State instructors say events like this help address the growing shortage of skilled welders while showing students that a welding degree can lead to strong pay and long-term career opportunities. The Hanceville Irish Festival brought big crowds, Irish spirit, and plenty of family fun back to downtown Saturday for what organizers say was the biggest event yet. Now in its 9th year, the festival featured 67 vendors and drew hundreds of visitors from across Cullman County and beyond. Shoppers found everything from handmade goods and baked treats to custom crafts and specialty items, while food vendors served a wide range of festival favorites with Irish-inspired touches. Families also had plenty to enjoy, including bounce houses, live music, and a petting zoo with animals ranging from camels and llamas to a ferret and tortoise. After the event, Nolan Bradford thanked the vendors, sponsors, performers, city employees, and volunteers who helped make the festival happen. Organizers say they expanded the event footprint around the block this year and saw their best turnout so far. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who lost their lives this week. Robert Daniel Danny Tilley, 86 of Logan, passed away Sunday, March 15th. Visitation will be Wednesday, March 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home. Graveside service will be Thursday, March 19th at 1 p.m. at New Hope No. 1 Cemetery. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Today starts off frosty, but after that we'll see sunshine and a cool afternoon high near 46. Tonight looks mostly cloudy with frost returning late and a low around 28. Wednesday warms up a bit with partly sunny skies and a high near 57. And Wednesday night stays mostly clear and cool with a low around 36. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Until then, I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.